One of the most hardest things about starting a business is to staying motivated to work without any rewards. Work stresses you out and so you end up procrastinating. You're missing your weekly targets and that frustrates you even more. What if we could work all day and not feel stressed? What if you're looking forward to your work every single day? How can we stay motivated to the point that the work itself becomes the reward? I recently discovered something that transformed me from a frustrated, burnt out, procrastinating guy into a highly motivated work enthusiast. Even though my business hasn't changed that much, I'm still seeing a massive change in my positivity and my productivity. I'm being able to work with the same level of enthusiasm and interest regardless of success or failure. Thanks to this mind hack that I found out, which changed my mindset completely, I was able to transform my frustration into passion, stress into eagerness, and problems into opportunities. But the road wasn't easy. It took me a lot of time and I had to learn a lot of difficult lessons. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything so that you can learn from my mistakes.
But I really do want to do this again. So call me. And that's on the house. I don't want to. Don't be ungrateful. You know how much that costs? $800. Pop. You're welcome.
Before I get into the mind hack, you should know what I've been struggling with. Because before solving a problem, you need to identify the problem first. See if you can relate with any one of them. Number one, I'm working on a project, but I have no idea when I'm going to see results. So I'm suffering from a lack of motivation because there is no reward for the work that I'm doing. I am not getting paid. Number two, I don't have a boss or a mentor, so I don't even know if I'm doing things right. So that means without guidance, the only way to learn is to keep doing and improving, and that's a very laborious process. Number three, I get distracted very easily and I'm not being able to focus well. Since so much of my work is in social media, I find it very difficult to focus and work for long hours without getting distracted. And then I would go to sleep frustrated because I had wasted so much of my time. Number four, I am broke as f. In short, my main struggle was motivation and focus. If I could solve these two problems, then I would no longer have to worry about my productivity.
A tablet a day, and what I could do with my day was limitless.
Now, in an ideal scenario, this is what I would like to see. I want to see myself curious and eager to work all the time. I want to see myself thinking about work all the time and getting all the tasks done with discipline and focus. And also, I want to see myself getting out of my comfort zone so that I can overcome the obstacles without making any excuses. Now, I'm not expecting that I'll be delivering with perfection all the time, but I am expecting to keep working and improving my craft all the time. Now, imagine how awesome that would be, right? Well, I no longer have to imagine because I'm already there and this is how I did it. Understand the technique that I'm about to share, it's very important that you know why we lose motivation. Well, my biggest problem is not being able to meet my own expectations. Let's say I started a work and I finished 70% of it. Now, I'm one of those people who would get very upset for failing to complete the 100%. I am a perfectionist and so I have to keep myself in check all the time. And another reason is I would compare myself with people who has more of what I want. For example, more subscribers. And you can help me out here because the subscribe button is free for you, but it's very valuable to me. So thank you. Of course, there are more reasons to why we lose motivation, but I'm just going to talk about my case here. Moving on to the next point. I have seen people with single-minded focus like Forrest Gump, while they are submerged in all elements of distractions. And then there are those people who can't focus even though there are no elements of distractions around them. So the main question is, why do we lose focus? The answer is negative thoughts. You see, if we entertain negative thoughts for the task at hand or things related to the task at hand, then it's very easy for us to lose focus. For example, you're working on your computer, but your computer is a bit slow. If you keep complaining about how slow your computer is, then you can rest assured that it won't be long before you lose motivation and focus to work on that device. And then you're gonna see some silent introvert kid in the corner of a library who's doing much more complex work in a computer which is much worse than yours. And he's doing that with a smile on his face. By the way, he's getting everything done.
Somehow my unconscious had served that up. A memory I'd never even recorded. Or was it there the whole time, and all I needed was the access? Information from the odd museum show, a half-read article, some PBS documentary. It was all bubbling up in my frontal lobes, mixing itself together into a sparkling cocktail of useful information.
It's not a device problem, it's a mindset problem. And to fix your mindset, this is the technique you can apply. I call it the half full technique. It's derived from one of those common examples from motivational videos. Is the glass half full or half empty? That one. So this is how it goes. To do this exercise, you can either write it down or do it mentally. But I would suggest that for the first couple of times, write it down until you get used to it. So these are the steps that you have to follow. Step 1. Identify which task you're feeling reluctant to do and why. Like I mentioned in the previous example, you can make a statement like, I hate editing my videos because my PC is too slow. This negative thought easily falls under the mindset of, my glass is half empty. Then comes step number 2. Read the sentence again and jot down all the things that you already have, meaning the glass is half full part of the sentence. For example, I have a PC, I have editing skills, I have a camera to shoot videos, I have the time to edit videos, I have the passion for making videos, I have hands that are functional enough to use a computer, I have eyes that can see colors, I have a brain that can read this sentence. From just this statement, I can write 100 more of these sentences. But you're starting to get my point, right? Now, these are all the things that you should be grateful for. And in the next step, I'm going to show you how. Step number 3, write down that you are grateful for what you have in each of those sentences. And write down the negative alternatives. For example, I'm grateful that I have a PC. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be able to edit my videos, let alone be a YouTuber. I am grateful that I have editing skills. There are so many people out there who wants to start a YouTube channel, but they have zero editing skills, and that's why they can't start. I am grateful that I have a camera, and it's a good one too. There's so many YouTubers who are successful now, and they started out with a terrible camera, but they kept going. I am grateful that I can make time to edit videos. There are so many people who are counting their last days in the hospital bed. God is giving me an opportunity to work for the life that I want to have. Step number 4. Now think about the positive sides of the tasks. I mean, as much as I hate editing videos sometimes, I do love watching the end product. I get super happy and hyped after I have rendered the video. And I also make sure to mention positive points about the process itself. Like they say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. If you learn to love the journey, then you wouldn't be fighting these negative thoughts in the first place. The result of that is, gradually, you need to spend less time doing the exercise we're talking about, because then you'll be motivated to work all the time. Step number 5, and this is really important, believe what you just wrote. You have to believe that you already have everything that you need to be successful. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Just be positive about yourself and keep gently lower your mind to focus on the task at hand.
Only problem? If I wasn't moving forward, I felt like I was going to explode.
Even though these exercises seem very simple, it did take me a lot of time for it to take effect into my life. Because I made some mistakes which cost me months and years. If I wasn't making these mistakes, then I'd be seeing results in just 3 days. And you can avoid making the mistakes that I'm about to tell you so that you can start seeing results in 3 days. Pay close attention to this. Number 1. Don't force yourself. You cannot force your mind to do anything. Maybe in the short run you can, but in the long run, it's not gonna work. Be gentle and give yourself room to make mistakes. Don't get frustrated. Just appreciate for any incomplete task or whatever you've done so far. Number 2, don't spend too much time doing this exercise. At max, I would spend only 10 minutes doing this session. And that would be enough for me to stay focused for an entire hour. And sometimes I would stay focused for 3 hours. Number 3, Be grateful for small wins, but don't celebrate too much. Once you enter this gratitude mindset, you'll realize that the task itself becomes the reward. You know, I used to reward myself with 30 minutes of video games after every 2 hours of work, but that 30 minutes would extend to 2 hours sometimes. Rewarding yourself with just another distraction is not a good idea. Instead, I started rewarding myself with this exercise. And that helped me to stay more focused and work for the next session of work that I was about to do. I started noticing how calm and composed I would feel about my work. I mean, all the work-related stress just completely disappeared from my life. And very soon, the work itself started to feel like a reward to me. And finally, number 4, learn to pick the right problem. You will notice that even after doing this exercise, you're not feeling the motivation to work. And that's because you've identified the wrong negative thought to work on. Going back to the example of I hate editing my videos because my PC is too slow. In that case, you should have no problem turning on your PC and write a video script or plan your next video idea. But if you're still feeling reluctant to turn on your PC and close the countless number of tabs that's distracting you, then you have to deal with the distractions first. Then your problem could be, I hate working on my PC because it's too distracting. And then after you've identified the problem accurately, then do the exercise on that.
My brain was just pouring this stuff out. Everything I'd ever read, heard, seen was now organized and available. Here it is, here you go.
Thanks for watching till the end of the video. And because you stuck till the end, I have a parting gift for you. I've created a 2-page summary notes of this whole thing, and you can get a free copy. All you have to do is knock me on my Facebook page and ask for the PDF. You'll get one within 48 hours. Keep me updated about your progress in the comments section or even on my Facebook inbox. If you get stuck somewhere, do let me know. I will do my best to help you out. Now, there is a graphics designer out there who kept herself motivated to work until she became a billionaire. If you want to learn how she did it, then click the video on the right side of the screen.